I shot him 6 times, echoes in the night. Still he kept moving, something ain't right. Shells hit the concrete, blood on the line. Fear in the air, yeah, it's horror time. Welcome to the channel where the shadows stay alive. Sit back, hit subscribe.
What's going on, horror fanatics? I'm Marcus. Welcome to our Shot 'em 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. In this video, I will be discussing Scream 7 and the most recent confirmation of Fallbrook Psychiatric Hospital playing a pivotal role in the film, and how it is credible that either Stu Macher or a possible Jill Roberts return could be linked to this setting. If you're a fan of Scream and other horror movie related content, shoot the video a like, it helps with the YouTube algorithm. And if you are new here to the channel, shoot that subscribe button followed by the bell icon for all content updates. So last Tuesday over on X, an account known as Central Panico Brazil were going to share the Scream 7 update with the caption of the post reading, Jill Roberts, ? Scream 7 will introduce the new city of Fallbrook. In the movie, one of the characters will appear wearing the uniform of the local psychiatric hospital, reinforcing a popular theory among fans. Now, before I get into my spiel about why the Fallbrook Psychiatric Hospital setting could hint at a possible return for either Stu or Jill, I do want to make mention of the name seen on the badge. The name on the badge reads Lynn Mitchell, with the word ground typed underneath it. Not sure what the ground term means, if it is going to mean anything at all, so I'm sure we'll find out once the movie is released. But the reason the name on the badge caught my attention is because the first name of this character is Lynn, and I instantly thought of Lynn McCree, aka Maureen Prescott. Now, I know there were some rumblings about Lynn McCree possibly making an appearance in Scream 7 as Maureen Prescott, maybe via another nightmare sequence like in Scream 3, but if she doesn't appear as Maureen, I can see them bring her back as the surprise cameo for the role of this character, using the name Lynn Mitchell as a way to be meta and play into her real life name. Matthew Lillard is credited as an unidentified background character in Scream 2 and was briefly on camera, even though he played Stu Macher in the original and is presumably dead. So this wouldn't be the first time the Scream franchise allowed alumni from the original film to make a short appearance as a different character in a future sequel. Now, the whole mental hospital angle has been known for quite some time now, with the leak that Gale Weathers is supposed to be paying a visit to this mental hospital, as well as the fact that Ethan Embry's unknown character is supposed to be an employee there. There has also been some leaks that have come out that suggest that we will see an escaped male mental patient who resembles Stu Macher be a focal point to a degree in Scream 7. I will not say the name of the mental patient in case the leak does turn out to be accurate, so take that info and make of it what you will. Why the mental hospital angle and setting is interesting is because this type of angle has been pitched for years now for both Stu Macher and Jill Roberts characters by the fandom if those characters were to ever return and be revealed alive. Many fans love the idea of a Silence of the Lambs-esque type Scream movie and a Hannibal Lecter style angle and role for either character. A similar idea was already conceptually created for Stu Macher in the original concept for Scream 3, with the big difference being Stu would have been locked away in jail as opposed to a mental hospital running a ghostface cult from inside. With that said, I am going to explain how both Stu and Jill could return in this type of setting based on some of the breadcrumbs laid out in previous films. The reason why the mental patient angle works for the Stu Macher character is because Scream 5 laid the foundation for this angle to work, with a subtle clue given to us by Dewey that no one picked up on, even myself, up until recently. During the group discussion in 5, while trying to figure out how Vince Snyder's death is connected to the past, Amber announces that Vince is the son of Leslie Macher, Stu Macher's sister, making Vince the nephew of Stu. When Liv would ask who is Stu Macher, Dewey responds by saying he's Billy Loomis's accomplice, a real Looney Tune. Now, a lot of us when we heard that instantly caught the fact that Dewey is speaking of Stu in the present tense. But what many of us missed is how significant him calling Stu a Looney Tune is. Not only does Dewey referring to Stu as a real Looney Tune hint at the prospect of Stu being locked away in a mental institution somewhere, but more importantly, Dewey wouldn't know just how loony or mad Stu had become in the final act scene because Dewey was incapacitated and assumed dead on the porch during the entire final act reveal, meaning Dewey wouldn't have had a glimpse of just how loony Stu had became until after the events of Scream 1996, playing further into the theory that Dewey may have known Stu was alive and locked up somewhere and was forced to keep it secret as a part of a cover-up without Sidney and Gail knowing, as a way to also keep his job in law enforcement. There is also the deleted scene in Scream 5 where Dewey tries to break up an argument between Chad Meeks and Vince Snyder, even imploring Vince to come have a drink with him before getting into a physical altercation with Vince. I believe this was cut out of the film because had they kept it in and still had Dewey speak the same dialogue about Stu in the manner that he did during the group discussion, it could have been a dead giveaway that Dewey knows Stu is alive and locked away somewhere, which would have hurt the narrative set in Scream 5 with that YouTube video questioning if Stu Macher is really alive or dead. As for Jill, the reason why this angle could work for her character if they were to bring her back is because her death was always meant to be up in the air, since it was elected by creative, mostly Wes Craven, to not shoot her character in the head to leave her status open, as there was plans to feature the character in more Scream sequels up until those ideas got scrapped due to Scream 4 being a financial flop. Given how insane the character was portrayed in Scream 4, it would not be surprising at all to see Kevin Williamson resurrect the character and have it revealed that she is alive and placed in a mental hospital somewhere, playing off of that insanity angle, while also having the character assume the role of a Hannibal Lecter type of character, where she would give clues to Sidney, Gail, or even Kirby Reed if she were to make a return in Scream 7 or in Scream 8, because obviously Scream 7's story is eventually going to be a continuation in Scream 8, on how to catch these new killers, while also possibly having communication with the killers responsible, similar to Hannibal Lecter, the Tooth Fairy, and FBI agent Will Graham in the film Red Dragon, also known as Manhunter. When you take into account that Jill kind of had a Hannibal Lecter type of moment in Scream 4 when she is on the phone as Ghostface and she taunts Sidney about family, much like Hannibal would do to Clarice Starling in Silence of the Lambs, the breadcrumbs have been subtly laid for Jill's character to make a return and assume this type of role upon returning. I think it's also important to note that of all the killers speculated to be dead, we don't see the clothes that Stu, Jill, or even Mickey Altieri was wearing when they were supposedly killed. I'm not saying Mickey could come back in this setting or at all, but it is interesting that his mask and death attire wasn't present at the Ghostface shrine in Scream 6, which is why I can see why some would throw his name in the mix as a killer who could still be alive and make a return. I even know that some fans want to see that take place. So, Stu's tan shirt, Jill's hospital gown, and Mickey's black gunshot-ridden t-shirt is not present in the Ghostface shrine like we see with Billy Loomis, Mrs. Loomis, Roman Bridger, and Charlie Walker's death attire that are present at the Ghostface shrine. I really don't count Richie or Amber's death attire as needing to be added to the shrine because the whole point of the shrine was to elevate and honor Richie through the lens of his father. So I doubt Wayne would want to take his son's bloody death attire and add it to the shrine, because even seeing that would pain Wayne even more. We've seen how irate he became when explaining how he saw what Sam did to Richie. So I think that would be a credible reason for Wayne not to retrieve his son's death attire. Why the death attire not being present is an important clue is because these two, in regards to Stu and Jill, have been the center of speculation in regards to the theories of presumably dead killers being revealed alive for many, many years. And the fact that we see the other killers' death attire present at the Ghostface shrine but not Stu or Jill's only leans further into the possibility that these characters aren't dead. Now, when I first saw the post confirming the Fallbrook Psychiatric Hospital setting, I was really high on Jill Roberts possibly being the past killer thought to be dead, being revealed alive and making a return, based on the fact that this theory and setting for the character has been spoken of for a very long time. However, given the Easter egg that we got from Dewey in Scream 5 that I mentioned earlier, along with the trailer dropping so many Stu Macher Easter eggs, I do think that this setting and angle makes more sense for Stu Macher's character, especially for fans who would not believe that he would be able to fake his own death. I've always thought that Stu should be Sidney Prescott's version of Michael Myers, so having him be revealed alive in a mental hospital type of setting would be fine with me, and a nice homage to both the Laurie Strode and Michael Myers characters in the Halloween franchise. But okay everyone, that is it for this Scream 7 related video. Leave a comment down in the comment section below with your thoughts and opinions. Let me know what you think of the city and hospital known as Fallbrook. Do you think the setting will play a big or minor role in regards to the story that Scream 7 is trying to tell? As well as let me know if you think the Fallbrook Mental Hospital setting is linked to Stu or Jill based on everything that I discussed here in the video. Once again, I am Marcus and this is I Shop 6 Times YouTube Horror Movie channel. Follow me on all of my social media platforms. Thank you all for watching.